Happy holidays, everyone. Told you I'd get one more video out just in time for Christmas, and this video is very special because we are joined by a very special guest, being the one and only Santa Claus himself. Yes, in this video, we are finally going to be taking a look at the official Barbie Santa Claus doll that Mattel released in 1999. And this was in partnership with Coca-Cola because, Coca-Cola has a history with the Santa Claus character. Santa Claus is a public domain character, so they have used him a lot in their advertisements. But this was specifically in collaboration with Coca-Cola. And for this doll, Mattel did intend to release a series. As you can see, it says Volume 1. And I'm assuming that they're all, or they were to be planned to have been based off of different paintings that were made to advertise Coca-Cola products throughout mid-century America. Specifically, this one was inspired by the 1948 painting by Haddon H. Sundblom called Hospitality. And I guess the story was either this doll didn't sell well or somehow the partnership fell through. So this doll is infamous for being the only official uh, Barbie, or I guess Ken doll of the Santa Claus character that Mattel has ever released. They've done characters dressed as Santa, but never have they ever done a doll that's just of Santa Claus himself. And I've been meaning to do this video for many, many years. I've thought about buying him multiple times offline, but as you can see, I got a really good deal for him at McKay's at the end of November. So I've been saving him specifically for this video. So the back of the box has a little bit of a description about like the history of his use in Coca-Cola's advertisement. In the early 1920s, the Coca-Cola Company hired the renowned illustrator Haddon H. Sundblom to create paintings for Coca-Cola advertising campaigns. At the Coca-Cola Company's request, Sundblom created an image of Santa Claus for a new advertising campaign that would soon become one of the most enduring images of all time. The delightful Coca-Cola Santa doll was inspired by one of Haddon H. Sundblom's original paintings for the Coca-Cola Company's holiday ads. From 1931 on, Haddon H. Sundblom creates at least one painting of the Coca-Cola Santa annually for over 30 years. His concept of Santa, unlike any other, was robust and round, aglow with warmth and kindness, and lavishingly dressed in brilliant red and white fur, a huge leather belt, big boots, and a handsomely coiffed beard as white and fluffy as the first snow. Your uniquely designed Coca-Cola Santa doll is authentically dressed and posed in a way that brings the original painting to life. Inspired by the 1948 hospitality painting, Santa pauses to enjoy a refreshing glass of Coca-Cola, which he holds in his hand. He is wearing a red velvety suit trimmed with white faux fur and brown suede-like gloves, belt, and boots. As in the original painting, a sprig of holly and berries decorate his red velvety hat trimmed in faux fur. He has a suede-like bag with a big red strap decorated with little bells, brimming over with adorable toys for good little girls and boys who are wise enough to know things go better with Coke. So this was very much an advertisement thing. And I have heard different rumors. Like one of them was like at the end of the 1990s because Coca-Cola and Barbie had a huge partnership. There were many, many, many Barbie dolls that were made in collaboration with the Coca-Cola company. And at one point, I had heard in rumors that Mattel kind of wanted to break away Barbie being associated with these sugary caffeinated drinks, which I can kind of understand at the time. But here we are in 2024, and we have Barbies in boba drinks and soda bottles, and that are just completely decked head to toe with candy. So They're definitely not against it anymore. So it might be fun to one day see another collaboration with Coca-Cola. And if you can't tell from the condition of this box, he definitely has been in storage. And he was opened at one point in time because a lot of the little metal twist ties on the inside of the packaging have come undone. But the doll is all there, which is the most important thing. I imagine that he was probably kept in storage and somebody had brought him out just for the holidays, because he is a very seasonal thing. But that's okay for me, because I got a really good deal on him because he was already opened. Oh my god. Whoa. I did not expect him to come with so much extra stuff. Okay, hold on just 1 second. So this giant thing just fell out of his packaging, which I'm guessing is a stand. I don't know why I thought he wouldn't come with a stand, but he does come with a very, very large stand to match his very, very large posterior. And he also comes with a few more advertising bits from the time. Like he comes with a official certificate of authenticity. Garbage. Please complete the information below and return it to us. Your name will then be on file as an official doll owner. Thank you. Okay. I wonder I wonder where that would go if I were to actually fill this out now. I always love seeing these old ads that come with some of these 1990s dolls. Like, here's a little mail-in offer for Barbie Bazaar, which was an old magazine that Barbie had, and I've been thinking about maybe getting a couple issues of Barbie Bazaar and like looking at them on the channel, like flipping through the pages. I think that'd be a fun video idea. I just don't know how many people would actually tune in for that. I think this illustration of Barbie on the front with these like hawk wings is really, really funny. So finally, here is the official Santa Barbie doll, straight out of his packaging, ready to spread holiday cheer to all you hold dear. And he looks just as perfectly jolly as he should. I love this custom face sculpt that they had made for him. It's so well designed, so well painted. I love how red his cheeks and his nose are. He really does look like he's been out in the snow delivering presents. He's got different colors of gray in his eyebrows that adds so much needed dimension. His eyes are also, they're painted to look really happy. Like you can see the smile lines under his eyes, and also on the sides of his eyes you can see some wrinkles which show his aging. Now part of me feels like they could have painted the inside of his mouth a little bit darker because it kind of looks like he doesn't have any teeth. The only flaw with this doll would be the fact that he has what was originally white saran hair, but if you know anything about white saran does yellow over time. So unfortunately, his entire beard has turned kind of a blonde color, especially against this white fur. You can tell like this looks a lot more yellow than it does in the promotional images, or like it should have. These things happen with age on toys over time, unfortunately. And I'm not sure if Mattel knew that something like this would happen over time. They would have had to like have thought that this was going to be, because I'm sure a lot of people keep this guy as like a family heirloom that they bring out every single holiday, sort of like an Elf on the Shelf kind of thing. And I'm not really sure if there's any way to restore the original white color of the facial hair without rerooting. You can also see that they had painted on some white hairs under the nose, and you can hardly tell, but they also painted on some white under the lower lips on the face sculpt, sort of to look like a transition from paint to the white hair. But now that the hair is yellow, it kind of looks like he's got a little bit of snow under his nose or something. I'd like to think that that was snow. But it's really well styled, and this hair is really, it's not moving anywhere. It is gelled down, this like 20 to 30-year-old gel, and his hair is still holding up like glue to this day. I wonder if that was part of the thing that made it change color over time. Anyways, his costume is also amazing. Like, this just, it's so soft. His hat and his coat, they're made out of the same material, and this, it's just so soft. Like I want to hug him. And you can actually, because I'll talk about his body here in a minute, but his body is partially plush. So you can actually squeeze this guy. His hat have these little bells on them. I don't think that they're actually real bells, but they look like it. And they also have this little mistletoe detail on them. There's so much detail in his outfit. It's really, really next level compared to modern Mattel collector dolls, I hate to say. But also his jacket is really well constructed. It definitely helps him look very full figured. And he has some little gold buttons on the front of his jacket. For some reason, this one at the top, I don't know why, but it's lost its golden luster, and I'm not really sure what caused that. He also has some brown gloves that are made out of a felt material. And I am just now noticing under his coat, he actually has a sort of like red mesh on his arms. That's strange. Those are probably kind of like long johns, I'm guessing. Oh, they're actually finished. Like they've got a cuff. I did not expect that. They have a cuff around the wrist. Hmm. I don't think they really intend you to take this guy out of his costume, but I'm going to because I've always been curious of like how this guy's body looks. So we will see that here in a minute. But he also comes with little boots that are made out of the same fabric material. The bottom is plastic, um, and they have a little hole in there for his feet to pop into. And he has also a belt around his coat, a faux leather belt. It really does look like an actual men's belt with a golden belt buckle at the front. And of course, he has his branded Coca-Cola glass with looks like to be a little bit of a Coca-Cola inside. The liquid on the Coca-Cola is like tilted, so I'm guessing that's to kind of match the artwork to look like he's drinking it. But this doll is amazing, and I'm so, so happy to finally have him. He also comes with this little accessory of toys. This little sack of toys that is so awesome. It comes with these little miniatures inside of it that I guess you could take out if you wanted to. He comes with a little boat and a ball, a little airplane, a drum, a couple blocks, a little doll there. She's so, so cute. I think there's also a train in here, like a part of a train. So you could take all these little toys out and display them around like a Christmas tree if you wanted to, like a miniature 1/6 scale Christmas tree. I'm surprised it doesn't come with an iPad, though. The bag is made out of that same brown felt that was on his shoes and his gloves, and it has a very beautiful holiday ribbon, this red and gold ribbon, around the side in case you wanted to close it up, and also has some little jingle bells as well. So I think I have successfully removed as much of his costume as I can without breaking him. Surprisingly, the jacket actually has metal clasps that snap together. That is such a cool detail. But here he is. This is what lies under Santa's robe. And this body, part of it is plush, but inside the body, I can feel he's got that like 1990s gymnast Ken body inside of here. And his arms are the same arms and legs that come on that gymnast body. They're articulated just like that gymnast body is. So he bends at the arms, like the elbow and the knee. But inside of here, he does have a normal Ken body. It's just covered in all of this plush that you cannot remove, which, I mean, why would you want to? But I've always thought that was really interesting. I didn't expect Mattel to like sculpt him his own body. sculpt just for this guy. And you can see that his head, uh, it's just like that old-fashioned plug-in Ken head, so it plugs into the body. So he can only really look side to side. He's only got the rotation side to side in his head. And another thing that I noticed is look how big, look how wide his stand is to get it around his body. I don't know, that's just so funny to me. I don't think Mattel has ever made a stand that wide before. But that is what Santa looks like under his robe for all of you weird doll collectors out there. I've always really wondered if he was bald under his hat, and I'm not going to remove his hat, but I do see that he does have rooting around his hairline. That's one thing that I love about old collector Barbies like this, is that they really put detail where you can't even normally see it. Like, they really took their collector dolls seriously back then. Now, one last thing that I wanted to include in this video is a little cameo appearance of the two other holiday Barbies that I had decided to pick up this year. In this video, I did review the Redhead Holiday Barbie, but I also did decide to pick up Desiree and, of course, Teresa this year. I'm still kind of on the fence about Crystal, but I know if I don't get her, I'm going to end up regretting it later. But here is a little view of the Desiree Barbie from this year. She is absolutely beautiful, and I was so happy whenever I found out that Carlisle was going to be designing the dolls for this season, because Carlisle is always really good at introducing unique face sculpts for his holiday dolls, and this year he decided to bring back the Desiree face sculpt. This face sculpt that was once introduced in the Fashion Fever collection, and then was later used for Barbie's friend Nikki in the 2010s. And she is such an iconic Afrocentric Barbie face sculpt, and she was kind of retired for a little while. Mattel didn't use her for a very, very long time, but she is very, very beautiful. And actually, I probably should compare her a little bit to the Barbie Basics Desiree, because some people were saying that they weren't going to pick up this year's Desiree because it reminded them too much of Barbie Basics Desiree. But to me, I think they look really different enough to be considered two different dolls. I'm the same way. I don't typically like to get too many dolls that have the same sculpt, that have super similar screenings. But you can see that looks, Barbie Basics, beta looks. Barbie Basics Desiree, she's got like a yellowish gold eyeshadow, and she's got like a neutral lip and much thinner eyebrows. And the Holiday Desiree, she's got thicker eyebrows. She's got some edges, some laid edges, and also some red lips and more like of a silver eyeshadow. So to me, they are very, very different, and I love them both in their own unique ways. I'm still in the process of restyling my Barbie Basics Desiree, but I do love having this girl, and I'm probably going to end up dressing her in either silver or red to call back to her lips. And if you're curious about what body donor I used for her, she is a near perfect match to the wheelchair Barbie doll with the Skipper face sculpt. She's just got that like rosy undertone to her skin, and she's got this very, very beautiful curly saran hair. Now for my number one favorite holiday Barbie from 2024, that is of course the muy hermosa Teresa holiday Barbie doll that Carlisle designed for this year. I was so happy whenever I learned that Teresa was going to be the face of the Latina holiday Barbie for 2024, and she looks absolutely amazing. This is definitely one of my favorite Teresa dolls in my collection now. I love her dark makeup. I love the edges that they gave her on her forehead. Definitely makes that 90s forehead look a lot smaller whenever she doesn't have bangs. She's got this really cool half up, half down hairstyle with these two blends of brown saran. Her hair could use a little bit of love out of the box, I will admit. I love her eyebrows. Again, the dark makeup is so awesome. And I love the dark reddish, like really nice. It's not just like a ruby red, it's like a dark, like desaturated brownish red that looks really good with her skin tone. Her skin tone, though, I will say, is a very unique shade that I've been noticing Mattel use a lot lately. It's a really specific shade of reddish brown that we do not have a perfect body donor for, unfortunately. Currently, I have her on the wheelchair Barbie that comes with the dog. This one, that is who I have her on, but it's not a perfect match, unfortunately. But it's close enough for me for right now. Hopefully in the future they'll make a more perfect body donor for her. But yeah, Teresa this year, she takes the cake for me. So, what do you think of Mattel's 1999 Coca-Cola Santa Claus doll? I love him. I think he is so well made, and I wonder how Mattel would handle creating a doll like this nowadays. I think that if they were to do it, they'd probably give him a body similar to what they did for Hagrid from the Harry Potter line, instead of doing this like plush bodysuit, because I imagine that sculpting a whole plastic body would probably be a lot cheaper than all this fabric. But if they were to release a new Santa Claus Barbie, would you buy him? You know what might be cool is if they released a Mrs. Claus doll to go along with him after all these years, just for everybody that's kept their Santa Claus doll. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content to help me out in the algorithm. And I'll see you all next year. Thank you so much, and happy holidays!